Hello. Have a seat. All right. So, it's Nashville. Yeah, it's a little chilly in Nashville.
I normally wear my black leather jacket inside. No, it's all good.
Has Nashville been treating you well so far this weekend?
It's wonderful. It's great to be here.
Excellent.
Great.
So the way this is going to work, guys, this is a Q&A, which means you guys have questions. Paige has answers. The questions you have that she doesn't know the answer to, we'll make up right here, right now, and you can go post it on the internet later, and we'll have all kinds of crazy headlines, I'm sure. But no, this is for you guys to ask the question. So this microphone is set up for you guys. You're not going to offend anybody by getting up and moving around. In fact, that's what we want you to do. Come line up at the microphone. We'll get through as many of your questions as we can in the short time that we have together. If you have mobility issues, or maybe that's just making you way too anxious, just flag me down and I will come to you with a microphone. Everybody that wants to participate gets to participate as long as we have time to do so. So as you guys are coming on up, yes, please go ahead, line up. Let's chat for just a minute. Your background, originally, you were in theater, musical theater, correct?
Yes, I studied theater my whole life, and I went to New York City at 17 out of high school.
Oh, really?
Yes, that was crazy.
Yes.
But I would actually sell my paintings on the streets to pay for my rent and, that kind of thing. And I was very fortunate that I got my equity card a year later and had an off-Broadway show. But it was a crazy world, And when they did Beauty and the Beast, though, actually they wanted Broadway people.
Right.
So I auditioned with 500 other actresses, and if you look at the cast, all of the principals are all Broadway actors.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of, I'm kind of loud. Was there any sort of transition from the stage to recording in a booth? Was there any skill set that you had to pick up and learn right
yes.
away? Or
Definitely.
What were the challenges for you?
Well, I remember the very first day I was recording, and I guess I sounded like Ethel Merman, because they said, Ethel Merman, we don't want Ethel Merman, we want Paige, It's like, I was way too broad, I was playing for the balcony. And, but it all just, you treat it as though the camera is right here, and then it's a film, and make it more subtle, and it was great. And when Robbie came on, I don't know if you guys know this, but I was cast a month without a Beast. They hadn't found the Beast yet. And so Robbie came in a month later. And once he came on, we got to record together. I was the first person to kind of suggest that.
Yeah. And
they didn't want to, but they said, you know what? This is going to be so much better.
How can you not do it?
I know. I mean, to relate to one another,
yeah.
And it's a little trickier, technically and everything, but it was great.
Absolutely.
And by the way, Robbie's on Severance now. If you guys watch TV, yeah, he's the new character for the second season.
Over on Apple TV.
Yes.
Hi, come on up to the microphone. What is your name?
Julie.
Julie, what is
Hi,
your
Julie.
question?
So when you did the scene where the wolves are chasing you, and you have to sound like you're struggling with them, how did you do that in the sound booth? Did you kind of act it out, or did you
This
just
is a really interesting question, because we don't loop in the movie except for that scene. So they sat me down and put a microphone on me and showed me the scene for the first time, and I reacted my normal way because I had no idea what to expect. So it was one take. All the noises and stuff that I made was me seeing it for the first time.
Okay.
So.
I just didn't know if you acted it out, or if you just sat there making sounds.
Watching it was no problem acting that one out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So was the animation finished, or was it still
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
the only time it was.
Really?
Yeah, everything else they animated to us. They had us first, so that was the only one.
Very cool. Hi, what is your name?
My name is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
There is a spin-off sort of TV series called Sing Me a Story, and I didn't know if you had anything to do with that as well.
What it sounds interesting. I should be, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Do you guys know what that is? Anybody?
No? A little after the show comes on UPN or something.
I'll have
Okay.
to check it out.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
I
Very
will.
good.
Thank you.
Good question. Thanks, Patrick. Hi, come on up.
Hey.
Hey, are you recording me?
Oh, no,
I'm just, no, you pointed at me. I was like, you may want to point at this direction.
no, I'm recording, focusing on Paige. All right,
Let me help you, son.
I got it.
What's your name, bud?
Name's Michael, and I just
Come here,
want
Michael. Let me hold this.
Oh,
Hi, Michael. Wave to yourself. This is Michael. This is Michael in the past, waving to Michael in the future. Hi, Michael. You have a question, Michael. Go ahead.
I just want to say, I really do love what you do, Paige. You
Thank you.
make great art, I've
Thank
seen your
you.
paintings.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
There's
All
no
right.
question there, Michael.
I just wanted to compliment on her work.
Well, thank
Okay.
you for that, and thanks for mentioning the art. A lot of people don't know that I'm with Disney as an artist now. We just had FODA last week, Festival of the Arts in Disney World, and it was crazy. It was like 30 degrees for 2 days. We were outside, and then the next 2 days were perfect and sunny. It was like, okay, this is Florida now.
Yeah, welcome to Orlando, where
But
it's
it was
cold.
a lot of fun. It was fun.
There you are.
Thank you.
Hello, come on up. What is your name?
Kataya.
Katea?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
So what's your favorite part about being a Disney princess or just working with Disney as a whole?
Well, you know, it's kind of surreal because like a lot of children, I grew up with Disney, and you know, it was Sunday night was the big night for the
A wonderful,
Wonderful
world
World of
Disney.
Color. So I love the movies and stuff. So it was really kind of surreal. And my first person that made me want to go into musicals was seeing Julie Andrews in Mary Poppins, my first movie I ever saw. And then I actually got to meet her not that, a few years later, and we actually hung out together at Disney World for a day or two. And it was like, she asked me, Paige, I'm by myself. You and Michael want to join me? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. It's like to royalty.
Let
She
me
was
clear
royalty.
my schedule. Yes.
So that was pretty amazing. But yeah, just being a fan of Disney all my life. I never thought I'd ever do this, but it's been quite a ride.
Thank
Life-changing, actually.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, step on up here. What is your name?
My name is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
You probably won't remember, but I actually met you at the Fanboy Expo in Knoxville a few years back.
It's good to see you again.
Yeah. So my question is, a few years ago, you and a few other Disney Princess alumni got together for Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yes.
What was that like?
When they first called my husband, he laughed and thought they were joking, that they were going to have me in a movie with all the princesses together, because they'd never allowed that before. They don't even allow us as Disney artists to paint them from other stories in the same painting. So it was surreal. But I never got to see the girls until the party. So we partied a lot, and we had a great time. It was great. I was very much a fangirl of Mandy Moore, and that was really cool to get to meet her. And Jodie and Linda and I were really good friends. So it was great.
Excellent. Good question. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Hi. What is your name?
My name is Allison.
Hi, Allison.
Thank you so much for being here with us in Nashville today. I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast, and I was curious, the songs from the movie have become so iconic and recognizable. Do you have a favorite one to sing from the movie, or a favorite that you have memories with?
That's so hard, because Angela Lansbury, the great Angela Lansbury, did not want to sing Beauty and the Beast in the press tour. She asked me if I would do it for her, and I was like, well, yeah, of course, I understand it. So I'm kind of partial to that, because that was also the last song that I did from Alan Menken's house. We sang to Howard when he was in the hospital, and Howard wanted me to sing Beauty and the Beast to him over the phone. And that was the last time I actually got to talk with Howard. So I have a very soft part of my heart for the title song. But I also really love Something There, because that's the scene where she realizes she's in love with him. And I don't know if you guys realize this, but when he has the little bird on his paw, and then she touches him and he laughs, and she runs around behind the tree for Something There, they actually made her face pink. It was like blushing pink. And it's and Howard Ashman and the director said that's the moment when you run behind that tree that, oh my goodness, I'm falling in love. So,
That's so sweet. Thank you for sharing.
thank you.
Thank you. Good job, Allison. Hi. Come on up. What is your name?
Nessa.
Hi, Nessa.
What would you say is like the hardest part about voice acting?
For me, it's not voice acting, because that's a whole different career. There are people that just do all these multiple voices, and they have incredible careers, For me, it was just really playing the character as an actress. But the difference is obviously them being on stage where, I've done musicals, Carnegie Hall and some others where we don't have any mics, where you fill the theater, without these. With this film, they wanted the subtlety of Belle and Beast, except when he's roaring and screaming, to be more subtle like I'm talking to you right now. So That's the difference. But voice acting, is that what you want to do? Do you want to go into that field?
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. Well, my young friend here is thinking about doing it, and I'm advising him that if you do want to do it, you need to practice really hard and get a few voices under your belt, and then make a CD and get it out to the agents. So
Well, thank
that's
you.
for you. This guy right in the front here was in the Radio City Rockettes show with me, Blaine Sr., and he was one of the greatest tap dancers I've ever seen in my life. Wave your hand.
We will
Blaine.
not put you on the spot. Thank you, Dana.
We had a great time doing that show in Las Vegas for a long time.
That's great. Hi, come on up. What is your name?
Hi, I'm Erin.
Hi, Aaron.
I was just wondering, what do you think would be Belle's favorite book today, if she could like choose a book?
Oh my gosh, that is the hardest question anyone has ever asked me. I can't even say. I mean, because I'm very eclectic with my taste in books. I mean, from my art books to, murder mysteries, and the Bible, of course, is always there, right there. I think she'd always stick with that, wouldn't she? But I don't know. It's too hard.
What do you think?
I would like to think that she also loves art as well.
Yeah, I could see that, like painting and stuff, artsy. Yeah.
And me personally, I love Turner and Sargent and Manet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Good question. Hello, come on up. What is your name?
Molly?
Hi, Molly. You have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's nice to see you, Paige, again.
Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too. My question is, what was your favorite moment that you had with Howard?
When I was recording it?
Yes.
Well, Robbie Benson and I, that was an ongoing wonderful moment. But when we recorded the music, it was in this huge studio with a 100-piece orchestra. All the singers were all Broadway stars that were doing backup singing for it, the choral singing. And so I'm looking at Judy Kay, and it's like these great people. And I remember just, getting in front of the mic and just doing it. But the most memorable moment was Angela Lansbury was set to record right after me. And she came in late. Her flight had been delayed all night long. She'd had no sleep. And Don Horn said to Angela, Angie, you can go home. We'll record this tomorrow. She said, oh, no, I've been up all night, but I can do it. I'll give it a try. She's like as bubbly as she is. She walks into the studio, and they start the music, maestro. She sings Beauty and the Beast to perfection, as it were a master class. And that was the only take that they did. That was the take that ended up in the movie. And there wasn't a dry eye in that room. It was an amazing experience. I'm a huge Angela Lansbury fan. I used to sneak into Gypsy when I was a teenager. They let you sneak in at halftime. I'm talking to the sports side of me now. No, but intermission, and people would do it all the time back then, so I couldn't afford to buy a ticket, so I'd sneak in at intermission and watch her do Mama Rose.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Molly. Good question. Hi, what is your name?
Hi, Shauna.
Hi, Shauna. What's your question?
So I've been a big fan of Beauty and the Beast ever since I was a little kid. I grew up with the movie. I always related to Belle. I was wondering, what's your favorite aspect of her? Of her character?
Of her character?
personality? Yeah.
Aspect of
Well, it's kind of hard to say because I love the fact that she loves books. I love the fact that she was looking for adventure and not looking for a prince. But I think also her compassion and her selflessness to give up her life for her father. And as an older woman now, I appreciate that more than when I was young and I did the movie. We all suffer loss and what we go through. I think the really hard part of doing Belle was that they wanted me to be me. And I've always hidden behind characters. That's what I do on Broadway. I played a boy in Edwin Drood. I played Peter Pan. I did Showboat, all these other characters. And this time they said, Paige, we want Belle to be Paige. So you need to let all of your personality and your heart come into it. And I thought that I had to make my voice younger. I was 33 when I started recording. And they said, no, Belle's going to be the oldest princess and she's going to have the soul of an older woman. So that is what I did. I guess that's what I had and what they wanted. So.
Good question. Thanks,
Okay.
Shauna.
Thank you.
Hello, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Sage. I
Hi,
just
Sage.
wanted to ask, how did you feel to
voice actor person? Like, what was going through your mind?
Just I didn't want to mess it up. I did not want to mess this up. I had to trust the people around me because they were directing me. I had wonderful directors, and I had Howard Ashman there and Don Hahn and Alan Menken was hanging me out a lot, and I just trusted them to guide me. And like I said, the hardest thing was when they wanted me to let myself come through, and it's kind of hard. You feel really vulnerable and exposed somehow when you do that. But it also managed to be probably one of the most rewarding, obviously, moments of my life was this film. And what's so cool is it's going to be around long after I'm gone. Yeah. It's a great thing.
Are you going to be in any upcoming Disney movies?
Not that we have planned right now.
And even
but
if she
you never
knew,
know. You never know.
Here's what happens when that question gets asked. There's 3 little red dots show up right here, and it's in the shape of Mickey Mouse. And that's the warning, don't say it. Don't say it. So.
I shot a video for Disney the other day on a new Belle doll I think you're going to love. And she's really adorable. So that was the last shoot I did. I'm constantly doing stuff for them, but movies I'm not sure yet.
Well, it was nice to meet you.
You too.
Good question, Sage.
Hi,
What was your
I'm
name?
Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy.
I'm a musical theater performer. So
Wonderful.
I was wondering if you had advice for someone starting in the professional world on how you got your start or how you found success at such a young age.
And that's wonderful. Do you want to go to New York and do Broadway? Is that what you
My
want?
dream is to be on a national tour. That's like what I want to do. I love traveling, but I just got my first professional show, so I'm very excited.
Yay. What are you in?
Great.
But I'm going to be in Bright Star,
Wonderful.
so I'm very excited about that. But just starting out, getting a career under your belt.
I think it's just really, well, I think if you want to do theater, you're going to have to go to New York. Film LA. Or actually more places for film now. Atlanta, there are a lot of places. Actually here, too. A friend of mine, Susan Egan, I don't know if you guys know, she was the Broadway Belle, original Belle on Broadway. She lives in Nashville now. She got me to sing with her on the cruise ship. I was
That's awesome.
Anyway, I think you just have to be prepared. Make sure that you have a really good voice teacher, a good acting coach. If you can dance, or if you don't dance, take dance anyway. As Blaine knows, I couldn't dance, but I faked it. Just be prepared, and know your history, and be open to allowing yourself to be, to listen to the director and what they want you to do, and be open to taking criticism as well, and learn from that. And I think a lot of my friends in New York, the ones that when I was in high school with that went to New York because I was in performing arts high school, they all left because they couldn't handle the rejection. And that's a hard thing to deal with when you're there. But you have to find a way to make yourself happy when you are down from being rejected on a part. And for me, it was painting. It was my outlet, But you have to prepare yourself mentally for that part because there are a lot of talented people in New York. So, and try and get an agent. That's really important. Showcases are great. If you have a showcase, invite people to come see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good question.
And you know what you guys have now that we didn't have back then is you guys can do stuff on your phone.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing to me. In the old days, we would write little notes and thank you notes and stuff like that. Now you can do it on your phone.
Everybody's got YouTube, social media.
I
Put
know,
yourself
it's
out
crazy.
there. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, Paige.
Hi.
What is your name?
Adele.
You want me to record that for you, Adele?
Huh?
Here, let me hand you the phone, Adele.
I like your flowers.
Thank you. I'm trying to do like a hippie sort of Belle.
I like it. It works.
1970s,
It
kind of
works.
Joni Mitchell style.
I'm telling you, that's my era.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to meet you. Belle's been just a huge part of my life and just one of my inspirations for as long as I can remember. And also for as long as I can remember, you've been a part of our Christmas with Beauty and the Beast Enchanted Christmas. It's like,
thank you.
That movie is pretty much on loop. For the month of December.
I love that.
and the soundtrack, which my alternate name for the soundtrack is the Paige O Hara Christmas album, because you have all of those wonderful traditional Christmas carols after the main songs. what was it like getting to work on Enchanted Christmas? Because that's such a huge.
It was
it's a
so
huge
different. It was really different. It was great that we had, Robbie and Angela. And,
the original
it
cast.
was a lot of fun. I mean, Haley Joel Osment was a new
he's
addition
great.
to that as Chip. And we had a few times when we got to record together. But
Oh.
there again,
Oh.
mostly we just got together
Yeah.
for parties and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. I loved singing it. It was a rough time for me because my parents were both ill at the same time. So they actually let me be in Fort Lauderdale to help take care of my mom and my dad. And then I recorded most of it in Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah, I mean,
my hometown.
they're just some of the most beautiful songs are in Enchanted Christmas.
She's
And
amazing, isn't she? Rachel Portman. She's a brilliant writer.
stories, and as long as there's Christmas, it's just like it makes me feel so. It's just become such a Christmas tradition that it makes me feel so warm and fuzzy.
Oh, thank you. And then Bernadette Peters, idolized theater person. We all idolize Bernadette. And she comes in, we have this duet, and she's supposed to sing the harmony.
Yeah.
And she said, Paige, I really can't do harmony, so can we switch parts? I'm like, little did she know I'm terrible at harmony too. But I was not going to say no to Bernadette Peters. I said, I just need like 5 minutes. And Michael Sterman, the musical director, said, okay, teach me the harmony, get it in my ear.
But it's one of the most beautiful parts of the movie, you and Bernadette Peters.
She's amazing.
I can't wait to meet you in your autograph line again. So,
Thank
but
you
I'm
so
glad
much.
I got to talk
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
There you go. I'm going to come right over here. And what is your name, dear?
Kaya.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. So I'm actually getting my bachelor's in musical theater.
Wonderful.
And as of Thursday, I just found out I'm going to be doing the Disney College program in the fall.
Wonderful, congratulations.
I want to be doing what you're doing. And I was wondering, what is the best part of working with Disney?
I mean, there's so many levels to it. It's very different from the acting and singing world to the art world, all very different. But we were very fortunate. When I first came on in Beauty and the Beast, Michael Eisner and Jeffrey Katzenberg, they were an amazing to the two of them, what they could accomplish. And then, of course, ultimately, we knew the two alpha males probably wouldn't work. And then that's when Jeffrey left. We were all heartbroken. But Michael, I love what Michael did with the studio back then. And Bob Iger now is hopefully following a lot in his footsteps of what he's doing. He's making some new changes. There's a rumor that we might be bringing back hand-drawn animation. If you want it, write those fan letters. Those artists need to get jobs again. But it was just being a part of such a great company, and they're just so friendly. They welcomed me like I was part of their family. It's kind of hard to, you pinch yourself every day, because I still can't believe I have this job. I mean, 33 years later, it's crazy. It's a great company to work for. Thank you.
We're excited for you. Any other questions? We have time for maybe one or two more. Yes, step right up. What is your name?
Glenn.
Hi, Glenn.
So my question is just, could you talk about becoming a Disney legend and how you found out about it and what it's meant to you?
It was so strange. We got it was like a FedEx letter from Bob Iger, a very formal letter, and I was like, oh my gosh, and my husband's like, this is crazy. And the next thing I know, I get a phone call from Mr. Iger. He says, you got the letter? And I was like, yes. It was very exciting to be a part of that, and have Jody and Linda with me as well. That was even more special. And of course Leia, and Anika Noni Rose, all of us. And it was fun when we were getting ready to do the celebration. I said, Are we going to sing? And they said, we hadn't planned on you guys singing. And I said, I think you need to have the princesses sing. And Linda can introduce us because she does the speaking. And that's why we sang on that evening. It was fun. It was really great to be with the girls. Yeah.
Absolutely. Did you have a question, dear? Come on up. What is your name?
My name is Claudia.
Hi, Claudia.
So it's nice to meet you. Belle's always been my favorite princess since I was a little girl. At this point, I'm working in a library, and every day when I want to romanticize it, I'm like, I'm going to work as Belle, and that just kind of helps. Do you have any, recommendations for in hindsight, when you look back at your career and your life, ways to keep up motivation and hope on, dreams and stuff, because sometimes it gets a little hard to keep going forward and stuff, so.
Yeah.
It is. It's, and everybody has something that helps them through rough times. For me, it's my faith. And for some others, it could be sports, it could be anything. Reading, obviously. But you definitely have to have something to fall back on and a friend or a family member that you could talk to. Because you don't want to hold all that in.
Absolutely. I like that a lot. And it's cool hearing, too, that you put a lot of yourself into, like, Belle and all the different other things. Because
Thank you.
I think a lot of people find inspiration in that, so
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'll share that, too, with Linda Wolverton, who wrote the screenplay. She's as much Belle as I am.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love that.
And then she wrote Maleficent. I said, why did I get to play Maleficent?
I want the evil spot.
The other side. You can
I
have
love
both
Angelina Jolie. I feel that was great.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions before we wrap up our time together? Yes, let me come to you. Hello, what is your name?
My name is Tony. I have two questions. One is the Beast. What is his name before, because you would think he wasn't born Beast, so he would have a human name, so.
That's been the argument for 35 years.
Right.
And no one will say what his name is. Not even Linda, who wrote it. I think a lot of people started calling him Adam, and nobody said it's not Adam. So if Linda had come out and said, no, it's not Adam, but so you can make it Adam if you want it to be. But they told me that there is no name for Beast. You can make it up to be whatever you want. Just like the book she's reading in the opening scene. That could be any story that you want it to be.
So what would you name him, Tony?
Well, I like Adam, so
You do like that? I like it too.
And,
Yeah.
the other question is, what was it like working with Howard Ashman?
What was it like working with Howard? Yeah.
Howard Ashman, he and Alan Menken are the reason that resurgence of animation actually happened. Because with Little Mermaid, they had to literally beg Disney to produce it. And they put their own money into it, Howard and Alan, to make it happen. And had that not happened, think of all these films that may have never happened. But Howard had a vision of Beauty and the Beast, and it actually mimicked the similarities to him and the Beast as he wrote it, like the songs Human Again, because he was fighting AIDS and he was very sick, and we didn't even know for the first year that he was going through that. But it really reflected his writing, and when you look at it later, that was his story. And every time we kind of went away from Howard's vision of what it was supposed to be, we got in trouble. Always back to Howard's vision. And if you were to go along for that ride, it was an amazing ride, because he's a genius. He was a genius and the most charismatic person I think I've ever known. So it was brilliant.
Great question.
Unfortunately, we lost him too soon. And he never saw the movie on this earth, but I know he saw it from up there. So I just know that.
Good questions all around. Have you guys had a good time this last half hour? Yeah?
Thanks, you guys.
Well, as someone alluded to, Paige will be at her table throughout the weekend, so the questions maybe that come to you later or you didn't get a chance to ask here, the photos,
Absolutely.
autographs, all of that, she'll be more than happy to meet with you guys there to do that. Before you guys leave, we have a request of you. We would like to get a photo with you for the convention to post on social media. That way you can find yourself, prove that you were here.
What a great idea.
It's a doctor's note if you need to use that to get out of work. I don't know, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you. But what we'll do is we'll just kind of come down to the edge of the stage here, maybe right off stage. You guys just hang tight. If you want to stand, you're absolutely welcome to do so. And we will get a photo with all of our friends here in Nashville.